that side.
Okay, so last week I just wanted to confirm, what did you guys cover in lab last week? Was it Susan that covered you last week?
We had Mary.
Mary?
Yes.
Okay, so she covered bed making, and what else did she cover with you guys?
That's pretty much
the wheelchairs, walkers, porta potty,
Okay, and commodes?
and commodes.
She did the commodes as well. Just the safety features of each one, right? Did you actually get to push and use it with each other?
Mhm.
It's okay. And how do you feel about bed making, the
I
occupied?
still could use it,
You would like?
maybe once.
Okay, so maybe later when we have some time, we can do a bit of practice
Sure.
on that one. If any of you guys still feel uncertain.
If Mary said, I went to bed, laying everything up layered on one side, then bring your rope on the other.
Okay.
Sheet by sheet.
Does anybody else have any question about bed making, or is that pretty
My
clear?
only concern is doing the corner.
The corners? Okay.
Yeah.
I love doing bed making. We can have a little practice later on
Sure.
with that one. Okay. So today we're going to be covering body mechanics, and I think you guys were taught in theory this morning by Susan. Is it still fresh in your memory?
Yes. 40 minutes fresh.
Okay. So as you know, body mechanics is really important because you will hurt your back if you are not using your major muscle groups, and which is why we have to be aware of how we move a certain way. Even just a little cough. A physiotherapist told me that some people just cough like suddenly and move in the wrong way, and they end up herniating their disc. So it's really not just a matter of you falling. It's just the way that you position yourself when you do certain things.
Even sneezing too. I pull my back when I sneeze.
Absolutely.
And it hurts.
So it's really important for us to, be aware of how we move and how we, certain positions that we're in when we're moving patients. So today what we're going to be covering is you guys are going to learn body mechanics, how to do pelvic tilt, picking up an object from the floor, pushing, pulling, all the things that you guys talked about more this morning. Bed mobility as well, so moving a resident in bed, so with 2 people assist, okay, and you're also going to be trying to turn the resident away from you and moving them towards you, so manually sitting a resident up in bed and all the different bed positions. Have you guys covered the Fowler's position and all that last week or not?
No, she mentioned it this morning.
Just briefly, okay. So we'll cover that, and then we'll also try to find a transfer board. Susan and I tried to look for a transfer board. We don't have an extra one, so she's going to lend us their transfer board once they're done with it. Okay. And transfer belts as well. I have the transfer belts here behind me, and we're going to start using that just to show how to get resident using transfer belts. And has any of you ever used a transfer belt in the past? You have? Okay. Where have you used it? At home, helping
My grandma.
Okay, your grandma. So you have one. That's good. And what about?
I actually was one in one.
You were actually using one on yourself?
No, when I was in the hospital.
Oh.
For my broken leg. I had to be hoisted, and that's why they hoisted me.
So basically they put it on you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how it feels like, which is also good.
Awkward.
No, but at least you know how the resident feels when you're putting it on them, right? So those are the only 2 people. None of you guys have used it. Transfer, okay. And also the fun part is wheelchair positioning. Show you guys how to position some people in wheelchairs. Some of them, usually you'll find a lot of residents in the home, they're sitting like this because they've been sliding all day sitting in the chair. So when you see them at the end of the day, they're like this. Now how do you sit them up properly? We'll have some fun learning how to do that. Okay? And sit to stand if you have enough time. And then in the afternoon, we'll have different topics. Okay? So, now, how many people here have had any experience in pushing, pulling, turning people in bed? Okay, so the same with your grandma?
My grandpa went here towards his end of his life.
Okay, and do you feel comfortable doing it? Did you ever?
Well, the nurse showed me.
Okay.
Because when she wasn't on shift or whatever, she would show me and my brother or my mom
Okay.
or my dad how to.
Okay, sounds good. And what about you, Peter? Did you have any experience? Not okay. And what about using the draw sheet to pull people up in bed at all? Have you seen it though? Have you observed anybody doing it?
In the hospital, but it was only with the
that's usually actually what we use in the hospital. The soaker pads are the easiest thing to use when we're doing, pulling and pushing, because you can easily roll it up. And I know not all facilities have an actual draw sheet where you can pull whatever. And most people, while you're in practice, you will be using the soaker pad. I mean, it's pretty strong, and that's really what a lot of people use, so it's no big deal.
Okay, slider sheet that Susan was talking about, that no longer use the soaker pad to move somebody from up there because it kind of is a workers' compensation sort of deal.
Sometimes it might be more of a friction issue.
And it slides easier and it allows you to.
Yeah, see, the thing is, we don't really have slider sheets. We could, use something else to try to, simulate what a slider sheet is. We could fold a blanket and just, put it across just to help pull it up. But, personally, I still see a lot of people still using the actual soaker pad, and it's no problem. I mean, I haven't heard anything from workers say about not actually having to use that, because a lot of people still do.
I could be wrong, but I really think that Susan said something in regards to.
Okay, did anybody hear anything about that?
Yeah, she's saying that to use the pads.
Okay, okay. Okay, so we'll simulate it with an actual slider sheet. We'll put this sheet over the bed, and then we'll just pretend that that's the slider sheet, right? Okay. So any other questions before we start? Anything you want to learn specifically, or is that a lot of things to cover for now? Okay, I just want to get your attendance just before we start, before I forget. And again, do we have Shani? That's here today. Okay. And Christina? Yep. Jenny? You were here last time. How come I didn't check your name? Jenny, right? Yeah.
Julie wasn't here.
Yeah, Julie wasn't here either. No, yeah. Okay, so you were here. And Jane?
Janet.
Oh, sorry, Janet? Yeah.
She's absent.
She's absent, okay. And Mike? Okay, let's see. Holly? And Mary Kim? And Peter, of course. Right, okay. So let's start with the body mechanics. If you bring out your blue guideline sheets here, we'll start with the body mechanics: lifting, pushing, pulling, turning, bending to lift an object, standing front facing. So first we'll try to find an object we'll pretend to be using. So I usually want to do it with a patient, but we'll start with the basics of finding an object. So for example, let's use this box here.
Not reaching out of your bubble.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's not that bad, but we'll just take out all the other stuff that's inside. There's a lot of, yeah, there's actually, we'll just empty the things here. Okay. Made a mess. Uh-oh. Okay, so now, if one of you can read the thing, and we'll demonstrate, and then you guys can start practicing afterwards.
Okay, body mechanics.
Okay, so let's do the bending to lift.
Bending to lift an object.
Okay,
Stand in front of and close to the object to be lifted.
so it's right here. This is the object we're lifting. Okay, so we're standing right in front of it.
Tighten abdomen
Abdominal muscles, yeah.
and place feet apart, one foot slightly ahead of the other.
Okay, so do you see how the foot
Can you
is
stand
slightly?
here?
Do
And stand here.
you want to sit? Oh yeah, no problem.
So I see what you
Of course. Okay. So it's right here in front. Okay, and how do you tighten your abdominal muscles?
Second.
Second. So tilt. Yeah, you have to make sure that your body's correct alignment, right? Your ears pointing in directly right in your shoulder, going downwards, and you have that bit of curve in the back. Okay, but so making sure that you are standing right in front of it, and then when you're bending, you bend straight, but just bending your knees. Your hips are still straight and your back still straight. Okay?
Lower your body to the level of object by bending your hips and knees.
Exactly, so
And
like that.
keep your back straight.
Okay, so you're keeping your back straight, but you are bending, right? So like this. Okay, now what's next here?
Okay. shift your weight forward so it rests on the forward foot and on the ball of the rear foot.
Okay, so what that means is that you're bending forward like this, and you're using this other foot of the ball of your foot to back, is basically going like this, and then when you lift up, you will shift your weight back this way. Okay? So do you see how you have to make sure you keep your back straight? You can't bend like this and grab it like this, because then you're using your smaller muscles. You have to make sure you keep your back straight when you're actually bending something. Okay, you're pulling something and make sure it's close to your body. Don't grab something like this far away, because that's going to hurt your back. It's going to injure something. You have to make sure it's really close to your body. Get as close as possible. Okay, so what's next step?
Says raise your body to stand using your thigh muscles and keeping your back straight.
Thigh muscles. And making sure your back is straight. Again, that's what we did. Okay. Making sure so now you're actually standing here at the ball of your foot, and then this other foot right here is when you're trying to grab it. So you're going like this. Okay. Can you see that? Perfect. See that? And then what's next after that?
Pushing or pulling an object.
Okay. So let's start to see if this is gonna work with the pushing block. Let's see with the box. I usually like to use with patients, but since that we'd rather do a simple object for now. We'll do that with your patient.
Pushing or pulling an object, stand in front of and close to the object to be moved.
Okay, so I'll pretend it's the object again. Okay, stand in front.
Have object at correct working height for bending, standing on a footstool, or raising to the level of the object.
So basically, what it's saying is, try to make sure that the object is in a bit of a level where you can work with it if you're trying to push it. Because if it's too low, then you're gonna have a hard time really pushing it. So making sure that when you do want to push an object, you do the correct proper lifting. Put it in a place where you can easily work with it. For example, you can put it on a chair, so that is correct working height. Okay, so what's the next?
Tighten abdominal muscles and place feet at 8 inches apart. 8 inches? How much?
So is it 8 inches?
It says 8.
Yeah, 8 inches apart with one foot slightly ahead of the other. It's not really that much. It's just giving you a bit more of a, center of gravity. Okay.
8 inches apart with one foot slightly ahead of the other.
Yeah. Okay. So like this, because you get to move back and forth when one foot is in forward and one's in back. Okay.
For pushing, shift weight from back to front foot and lean body forward.
Yeah, so when you're going like this, you move forward. So basically when you're trying to put your weight, when you push an object, you go like this. Right? You're trying to push it with your weight, with your body. Okay, so when you're trying to push something, for example, towards a truck, if you're loading something on a truck, you make sure that it's in the correct level, height, and then you're trying to push it with your whole body. Okay, you don't just use your arms to push it like this. You have to shift your weight towards it so that it pushes it away. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay.
In the event that you're picking up the box on the floor, you're bringing it up to.
Well, we're just what we did the first one. We're in you're trying to use good body mechanics. Obviously, you're not going to pick up a box that's way too heavy that one person can't actually carry it. If it's like just a mediocre kind of size where you can carry it and you try to lift it because you're able to carry it, then you do like the first step we did. You're doing that correct lifting, moving it to a chair or a place where it's pretty close to your height, and then that's when you do the pushing and the pulling.
That's where I'm trying to understand. I can put it on a chair and then push it?
Well, no, I'm just using it as an example. If
No,
we're going to go to, for example, you're going to put it in a truck. There might be a cart where you want to put the box.
That's what I want to
Yeah.
understand.
So, for example, if you wanted a cart, you wanted to put the box in the cart. You roll the cart towards the truck, and this is where we're going to be pushing it in the truck.
And do we have
Yeah.
dollies or any sort of thing? that
Yeah,
help us?
dollies, but then dollies are still pretty low, right? You still want, you want like something like a cart where it's at least by your waist level. I'm sure there's always something that you can use it, and people do it all the time if they're in that type of work environment. next with that one?
For pulling, shift weight from front to back foot and lean body back.
So again, instead of us going back to front to push, now we're gonna go from front to back to pull. Okay, so basically, instead of us going this way, we're now gonna shift it towards us. We're gonna go backward now. So it's still the same positioning, right? You're still just gonna be shifting your weight from front to back. Okay, so just doing the reverse. Okay, is that clear, guys? Any questions? Okay, so what's next?
Push or pull by letting your arms, hip and thigh do most of the work.
Yeah, so when we're doing that, like I said, you're using your arms, okay, and your thighs and your hips do the work, but you're still keeping your back straight when you're doing it. So you're basically going like this, and you're pushing it towards you. If you're using, again, your thigh muscles and your arms, making sure that you have good grip on the object, and then you're keeping your back straight. Okay. Sure, anybody wants to do the last one?
I don't mind.
Pivoting to change direction.
Okay. So let's do
Hold
that.
object close to you while maintaining good posture and balance.
So what's good posture and balance again? Making sure that you are straight, you've got your feet apart, having that, center of gravity right there. Okay, so, and then what's next after that?
Place forward your foot that is the furthest from the direction you are turning.
So place your forward, what's that? Place forward your foot that is farthest from the
Is furthest from
direction.
the direction you are turning.
Okay, so go ahead, go to the next one.
Shift your weight to the balls of each foot.
So you're going like this again. So basically you're making sure that the balls of the foot are right there. Okay, so you're shifting your weight this way. Okay, and then you're going to start to pivot, right?
Pivot your entire body in one motion by turning on the balls of your feet in the direction you wish to turn.
So if I want to turn this way, I'm going to pivot this way. So do you see how you're using the balls of your feet to pivot? Like that? Okay? But you're still holding the object close to you. So you're not actually going this. You're just basically sliding by pivoting. Okay?
And the last one is complete pivot by disturbing your weight eventually on one foot.
Yeah.
Evenly on one foot.
So basically when you pivot, then after that you can just center yourself again. Just completing that, making sure that you're standing straight. Is that clear, everybody? Is that good? Okay, so can everybody practice in something to, we'll do the same thing for now. You might be able to get some more, you could just use something else. Pretend a pillow. Grab a pillow and just pretend that the pillow is a heavy object or yeah, sure, use the box, yeah. Here, yeah, some of you can use this beds here, just put the bed there so that you can pretend the bed, is, at least your height. So let's start with the bending to lift an object first. Okay, so I'll read to you guys so that let's see if you can practice what we just learned. So first you stand in front of the object, stand in front and close to the object to be lifted. Okay, let me check. Very good. Now tighten your abdominal muscles. Place your feet apart with one foot slightly ahead of the other. Okay? Perfect. Okay, just remember, guys, when we're doing this with a resident, the foot that you should have forward is the one that's closer to the resident's head. Okay? So when the head of the bed is there, then that foot that's closer to the head of the bed is the one that goes forward. Okay?
Do you feel like you have more strength by one than the other?
Well, then you just use your discretion. Yeah, I think, but this is the general rule basically is having your foot. Okay? Next, you lower your body to the level of the object by bending your hips and knees. Okay? Keeping your back straight. Okay, you're keeping your back straight.
No, I just cracked my
Okay,
knee.
you're leaning a bit. Keep your back straight. There you go. Okay. Okay, and now shift your weight forward so that it rests on the forward foot and in the ball of your rear foot. So lift it up and now shift your weight so that you're now standing on the ball of your foot. Good, good. Yes, good, good. You're not lifting your object.
Well,
Okay.
it doesn't feel right, like I'm like this.
Okay,
To readjust
yeah,
like
because
this.
you're actually bending forward. So try to
But the feet apart slightly, is it like this or is it like this?
yeah, this it has to be, for example, this is the head. So can I show you? Yeah. So go like this, right? Make sure you have enough that. And then you have to bend and then go like this. Yeah, so you make sure that you have enough time to be able to move a bit.
Is it supposed to feel like it hurts your lower back?
No, it
Like,
shouldn't.
more muscles not being used.
I mean, it's a bit of an awkward position because this is not a natural object we usually carry. Okay, so shift your weight forward to address it. That's we're done with that. Pick up the object and hold it close to your body. Close to your body. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, good, good. Now raise your body to standing by using your thigh muscles and keeping your back straight. So you guys are already all standing up. So did you use your thigh muscles? Did you feel it? Did you feel it? And did you keep your back straight? Are you aware that your back was straight? You kept your muscles tight, right? Perfect. How is it, Peter? Do you feel it? Yeah? And did you feel that?
I can feel it in my quads, but I can feel it in my.
Okay. How is it now? Okay, you still? Okay, perfect.
You know, a few bones crack.
Okay, you can put it down now. Let's try the other part now. Okay, so pushing or pulling an object now. So stand in front of the object, close to the object that needs to be moved. So make sure you have enough space to move stuff. You guys will end up bumping into each other there with your pillows. Okay, so now have the object at correct working height by bending, standing on a footstool, or raising the level of the object. So here, you got that already here. Everybody's got their pillows on top of the bed. Okay, now tighten again your abdominal muscles and place your feet about 8 inches apart with one foot slightly ahead of the other, just like we did in the last exercise. Okay? Got it? Okay, and then next for pushing, you shift your weight from the back to the front and lean your body forward. Yeah. So now what you're going to do is pretend you're going to be pushing that. You don't have to actually go that low. So this is good. So basically, if you notice what she did, if you notice what Holly did, she raised the bed to her level. So making sure that it is within that correct working height. That's why it says that you need to be, it has to be in the working height by, either standing or putting it in a footstool. So if you guys raise your bed to the level.
Like if we did have to go down, like that actually kind of fits.
Yeah, because it's kind of an awkward position. Yeah, so perfect. Let's raise the bed up to your waist level. Oh, this is a good height right here. Perfect. Okay, so now we're all good. Okay, so now for pushing, again, let's try that again. Shift your weight from the back to the front foot and lean your body forward when you're doing that. So doing it this way. Yes, perfect. Good job. Okay, good job. Holly, are you doing it? Like remember, you're keeping your back straight, but you're still pushing it. Or you're keeping your back straight. Okay? Yes. Good, Mike. Okay. Perfect. So now for pulling. We're going to pull it now. Shift your weight from the front to the back foot. And lean your body back. So now you're pulling it from back, yes? So basically, it's not the table you're doing, it's this one, right? So you're pulling in that way.
Cheating.
Now make sure your muscles
Karate 101.
keeping it straight. Okay, perfect. Does anybody have questions about that part, or is that feeling? Yeah?
Is
Okay.
there a pivot for my goal, or am I just doing?
No, you're just doing that for now.
the
Yeah.
review?
Now push or pull by letting your arms, hips, and thigh do most of the work, which is what we just did right now. You're just making sure that you're using the correct muscles when you do that. Okay? Now we're gonna do the pivoting now. Pivot to change direction. So now hold your objects close to you while maintaining good posture and balance. Close to you, yeah? Yeah, look at his. He's really hugging the pillow. Now place forward your foot that is furthest from the direction you're turning. So if you're going to be turning left, then place the foot that's on the opposite forward, okay? Shift your weight to the balls of each foot. So shift your weight, okay? Do you see what I mean? Like you're shifting the weight in each of the balls of the foot. And then pivot your entire body in one motion.
That
by
was easy.
turning on the balls of your feet.
Isn't it the hill? The ball, I thought it was the front.
No, the ball is
So I thought this was the ball and this is the hill.
no, that is the ball, it's the heel
Okay.
part, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So basically you're gonna be turning